Hello there. This is a series of continued about connecting with aliens, how to do so. I realize most of the public will laugh at that, but yeah, it's doing really well at this time, as you see, of normal, what is called normal. That's going really well, as you can see. And interesting note, you see that's on. Now, was it Monday? Yesterday is Monday, right? Monday or was it Sunday? Sunday, I felt turning that on, and then and then later on, I hear there's comments in the YouTube about having that on. So I'll let you know that you send me a message, I'll receive it. Doesn't necessarily have to be verbal, because I just felt like turning that thing on. I forgot it was there actually. I've been, doing many things at once. So that gives you kind of an idea of the truth of the reality. As modern humanity, it's not trendy at this time, but that's okay. We'll let them slide on that. Yeah, a primitive race is going to eventually upgrade itself eventually. I think sooner than later sometimes. I think so. So what I've been receiving recently, I'm not sure if they're around right now. Well, obviously they are. So we're going to go into more of how to connect and what's to come, at least from what I'm getting. And should be quite fascinating for some. So I'm probably going to continue with this type of connection and continue my predictions and things of that sort. At least not hardcore predictions, but give you kind of an idea of what's to come from one point of view, of course. So, all right. 1 second. I forgot to set this up as usual. Those that are new to this is ivanteller.com. You have private sessions and shop. Private sessions open, well, not tomorrow because I have work. But most of the week should be pretty open. So we have this new table here. Tomorrow I had to close down because of work. I have no choice. I have to catch up on questions also. Google Hangouts, Zoom, and channeling by phone, and Skype readings. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I also have submit a question, and I'm at Wednesday now, but have not completed Wednesday. So I have some answered on Wednesday, but not everybody. I also have Spirit Social. Submit a question, past life regression, healing, message from Yeshua, channel consulting, 5-minute healing. This is like extended healing, basically. I also have spiritual connections, angelic reiki from Miguel, healing from Nick, ask a question from Yosium, and other connections here. Also, and this is going to get a redesign eventually. We also have the 5D Spirit Festival going on. It's going to go on every week from now on. So if you'd like to submit a video, you can do so. It does not have to be yours. It can be wherever you find online, basically. There's no prizes. It's just it's just to give us awareness of what's out there. There's so much on YouTube. It's hard to find stuff. And so this is one way. This is just video. We have also the social network here. And so it's just another platform of it has its purpose. Let's put it that way. I had this about the Majestic 12. Alex Jones talks about aliens. I filmed and photographed dozens of orbs in my apartment. That's crazy. Jeez, look at that. Might as well be. Jeez. That is fascinating. We're here. That's really fascinating. Secret space program. I'm not sure what that was. We have the green will also absorb pollution on UK. That's cool. I think that's good. That looks good. Good. yeah, that's where we're heading, definitely. All right, thank you for your submissions. There, thank you. Those are submitted to the 5D Spirit Festival. Most likely this will go live on Friday. Maybe on Thursday night, we'll see how things go. I won't submit an email, I'll just make it public, and if you find it, if you do, you don't. Definitely cutting through the matrix, awakening humanity, called crazy by humanity, that is kind of has a screw loose at the moment, or always has, and that's done for a reason. And we're trying to refit what has been forgotten for such a long time. And yeah, I don't really look at YouTube comments. I definitely thank you for those that are posting positive comments. I do feel that, but there's also others there that are not so positive, and that's another reason why I don't. Because when I get that, I get hit by it. I got enough of that already. So I got plenty of it. Especially when you do stuff like this, everybody thinks you're nuts. I got enough pressure as it is, especially at work. I'm juggling a lot of stuff, and it's just, I'm not trying to juggle too much, but I'm trying to take it easy as much as possible. Oh yeah, remember that mic I got, the new one? It's broken, so I got to send it back. And the box I got, somebody took it and took it somewhere else, so I got to go find a box. So every time I'm trying to ease my problems, make things easier, doesn't work out that way. Doesn't work out that way, but I'm trying. I'm trying to make life as better, easier, more clearer, audio-wise. I got one of those muffled things to put on top of. The idea is to clear out the air, because I'm in this room. I don't have, so I'm getting a lot of air feedback. So maybe this thing will work. I have like some little black thing on it. I forgot what the name it was. I just threw it away. But either way, I have a muffle on the mic, so it cuts out outside air. I should have got one like ages ago, but either way, maybe this one's defective too. Yeah, the other mic is, well, long story. Yeah, it's pretty much defective all the way through from what it seems now. Yeah, I uninstalled the drivers and I reinstalled one and reinstall. It's totally fried. Apparently, it's a dud. What it looks like. So, good job, reptilians or whoever's out there having a blast with that one. Are we? Yeah, that's okay. No worries. The fight continues. Or I don't want to call it a fight, but it continues. All right. As for alien disclosure connections, what I got. Obviously, those in 3D are not going to like it. That's either way. Those that are becoming more, let's see, humble to all of this. Don't think you're a god. You know that everybody can do this, and they can. The idea is that your connections, you probably already know who you are. Now, those out there say, "Oh, I got this alien talking to me. I'm the greatest thing ever lived. Humans should be freaking worshiping me." Your connection, I mean, physical connection is probably on a 0%, but you never know. But as for a physical connection, as for a physical being coming to you, my feeling is becoming highly more likely. I would say in the coming years, but could be this year. It's just that what I'm feeling, and I also had a dream on this. I'll tell you about this dream because I don't understand. Oh, I understand it, but it was very vague, sort of. What I got was like something outside of me. I guess it's just they're pointing at me right now, just for example. And it was something outside of me that I had to heal or do something with. It was an orb or what? I don't know what it is. But you heal it, or I would say heal it. And then you will see, and then we're opening up a dimension basically for more disclosure on the physical front. I don't know what this is, but I think you kind of have an idea. I don't know what it is, but either way, just continue to go forward. Basically, it's like unlocking the planet, you can say. That's another thing I got lost in the Sunday video or Monday's video, the one that I got no audio on. Maybe I should repost that one just so that people know what's going on with that when I keep talking about it. Maybe not. I'll leave it. I have it unlisted. Is to find the keys to unlock this dimension, basically. Or we're in the process of unlocking it. And what I also got, now there might get more now, maybe not. Maybe I got enough. But also what I've received was that this is going to be becoming more and more common of individuals. You know, I heard about Alex Kohler having his visitation. It might not be that intense or that detailed, but it seems, I mean, people are already seeing these beings already in your third eye. Not so clear. I mean, clear, but not super clear. Some are having like really connections, like major like astral connections. And that's great too. But what I'm connecting with is more physical, because I don't have dreams like that. Like the dream I just said was super vague, but that's okay. But basically a physical connection. And basically it's like having sightings. Like this is going to become more and more known, and somehow this is going to go into the mainstream in some regard. And people call us crazy because third dimension is, you know, Anunnaki controlled, and you know, they laugh about all this all they want. They call them, even they even call themselves primitive. I don't even call humanity. Those third dimensional people call themselves primitive. They say, why would aliens want anything to do with you? Oh, they just come by like every 5 years and look at us and then leave. They never left, ever. And they do come here for entertainment because we give them plenty of that. But, you know, we have our quirks as everybody else does. But it does feel like we're shifting into a new vibration where this is going to become more apparent from what I feel. So just, well, I'm speaking for myself. I feel it's very, I don't have a date on it, but it's getting closer and closer. That's all I know. I've been writing about this stuff before. So, of course, I'm going to be called the biggest, craziest person on the planet, along with everybody else out there that understands what's happening here. And humanity, the punching bag, is going to eventually see through what they don't want to see. Like I said, through knowledge of, I can feel when I connected to that, like more people are going to see this stuff, like physically, and it's going to be, it'll find its way into the mainstream somehow. Obviously, like Coast to Coast sees this stuff, they pick up on it, but then they're kind of like, I'm not sure how much, I don't listen to Coast to Coast, but I imagine they have some metaphysics understanding to a certain degree. Of course, I think it was George Noria said that he didn't think aliens are here at all or something like that. Yeah, think again. Yeah. So who knows where that's going to go. But as for physical contact, I believe that's going to become more and more part of our reality as we shift, because we're going into space, right, with SpaceX and all these other guys. It's another indication of more alien visitation here to train us on how to deal with all of this. So, because as you get, I mean, obviously it's free will, right? So humans are going to be free will not to believe in any of this, and that's fine. And it's going so well, as you can see. Yeah, poverty level is high, and unemployment, I mean, jobs eventually will go away eventually, but yeah, that's going really well. Those that are like Bill Gates and the billionaires are the kings of us, the poor people. They have no problem of third dimension and thinking this way. Not a problem at all. They want to change this? Hell no. They're going to be the last ones on the bus to leave. So if you want any, now, not all of them are like that. They're super rich. Not all of them. Was it Stephen Wynn? He's doing really well. How's those millions doing? And see, they got that money. They can do whatever they want. So I have a family that's like that too. That's why my boxes disappeared from my from my mic. So either way, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind that. So more complications. But as for the Earth transition, guys, once again, humans know everything, right? At least the third dimension does. We got it all figured out, right? Aliens will come here every once in a while, take a look at us, and just laugh and just fly away far from it. But this day is going to come eventually when humans say, yes, we are all aliens. We can have contact, physical contact. So we're already having spiritual contact, but it's more going to go and transition to physical contact eventually. It takes time. It's part of the wave of the ascension. And with all honesty, I didn't think it was going to happen this soon. But it's feeling like it's happening sooner than I thought. So that's good. As for the majority of humanity, that's going to be, well, it's going to be a hard watch. It's going to be entertaining, and also it really does feel like we're going, I don't know how this is all going to plan out. I don't know what's going to happen this year, but it does feel like we're going into more of a physical connection. I believe somebody sent me an email about humans are no longer being I forgot what it was. I don't want to pull it up, but something about cosmic disclosure, something about us being manipulated. A lot of that's been ended, basically, or something like those. It was something David Wilcock was saying. I forgot exactly what it was. So that's good. I mean, I take whatever we can get, for sure. Something around those lines. My apologies, I don't have that right, and say that right. But either way, is this like a part of the manipulation that's going on with us? Has obviously not all of it, or I don't have the whole email, but either way, we are going into more of awakening. And as for the physical connections, I don't know how it's going to go. It's going to go for certain individuals, not everybody, obviously, but it seems like we're becoming more and more likely. Coming through channelings, I've picked up on people have on a vibration, but I never thought it happened like this. So understanding the grid around this earth, the negative beings that are here, or whatever you want to call them, they're just low vibrational beings that just didn't have way too much fun. And they do get obsessed with it, using us as they get obsessed with taking us down. They can't get it out of their system. I think so. It's like an alcoholic. Well, that's what happens to the other beings that are here. Same thing. It's like they go this far, why not go further? So it just kind of it's fascinating to see like Alex Jones talked about aliens. Like, I don't believe in any of this. I don't even believe in metaphysics. I'm always surprised by that. But yeah, the elites do believe in all of this stuff. And of course, when people say they're connected to aliens, and then people are going to immediately call it negative, and it's like we have an uphill battle. Well, I don't want to call it a battle, but it does seem like that to a certain degree. I don't want to look at it like that, but it's becoming. So as for what the future holds, it just feels like more and more people are going to have their actual alien connections here and there in due time. Some are already having it spiritually. Eventually, it's going to go more physical, and that's going to become more. It won't be able, at least in the spiritual community, at least in the UFO community, won't be able to be ignored. Eventually, it'll go into more of the mainstream somehow. As it's time, it's just time, and how this is all going to happen, I don't know. But it does feel like, I figured I'm glad it's happening in this direction actually, because channelings are great. It's the warm up to disclosure, and it's great. But there's only so much you can do. It does make people like, wow, I'm real excited to leave Earth. And the aliens have it so much better than us. What am I doing here again? Well, you're here to open up the planet. Well, yeah, everybody is, I believe. Even if everybody's playing a part in it somehow. So, a transition from 3D to a high vibration 4D or 5D has obviously been going along, been in the works for quite a long time. But it does feel like it's fully the momentum of it, the action is on its way. As that's what at least I'm getting, because I'm getting not always the friendliest visitations, but that it tells me that I'm going in the right direction. So it makes me want to go out and increase my efforts. Not to burn myself out, not to save the world, but assist in undoing the blindfold. That is, man, it is hard on the third dimension. It is so just, that tells you obviously how strong the manipulations are here, and it is unbelievable. So, yeah, I mentioned this before, but yeah, those in the 3D mentality have a certain way of looking at aliens. Either they don't exist, or they're waiting for a ship to land, or they're not interested in us, and all this nonsense, not realizing they are part of our culture. We just can't see them because we're like the pinballs in a pinball machine. And there's friendly ones here, obviously, and there's other ones that are making life difficult for us to think. And the elites are, yes, using weapons on us too to keep us in 3D, to keep us under control. It's all a test, basically. Can you awaken from all of this? When you start telling people, guess what? The aliens are here, and they're doing one screwing with everybody. It's time to wake up to all that. And then they say, oh, no, it's all fake. It's like, geez, really? So I'm not sure how, the way people are going to wake up to this stuff is going to be fascinating. But you'd be surprised. I mean, many people do get alien visitations. They just shove it off as a dark being or whatever it is. And it's not always like that. So yeah, I'm going to be changing. I'm going to add a little bit extra. I don't know. I'm going to be doing a couple more things I'm going to have the Alien Festival I'm doing. And that would be, was a Thursday, Friday, I'll be live. And I have other projects on the horizon for information, basically. And I'm going to figure out like an Ivan Mall in some regard, like a list of places of resources, basically, not of my stuff, but stuff around the web. Like video is one. The film festival is like a small niche area, and I'll have a video archive thing that's coming, and I'll have other items also. I'll have a page where everything is listed eventually. So how this all going to operate, I don't have time for it right now, but everything's going to take its time and its transformation. But I'll put more details out there. But it seems like now is the time for it. I've been playing around with like the social networks, like Phase 1, Film Festival, Phase 2. I know they're all little things, but if it helps one person, that's all that matters. So if there's anything that opens up the dark and makes awareness of who's here and heals it, that's what matters. If people want to stay in, what do you call it? Third dimensional, the third dimensional black hole, basically. That's their decision. But there is a way out. And basically, I'm creating a way out, basically. And there's other places like Gaia. You can say I'm making my own Gaia in some degree, but not really, not 24-hour news. But, another a resource, basically. So some of it I have to tone down because there's no way I don't have the funds for it, but you never know, maybe in the future. Not to go into that, but basically it's just understanding of what's happening here, basically. It's kind of like a library, you can say, of video, audio, that type of other people's stuff, but you can embed it and stuff. You can link to stuff. That's basically all it is, basically. It's like an archive of other people's stuff, but you know, you're allowed to link to other things. If not, that's fine. Take it down. It's not a big deal. But that is where taking all of this eventually. It's little by little, but I believe it will bring much assistance to what's happening. But as for connecting to these beings, you just gotta, once again, find peace within yourself. And it's basically clear out the third dimensional thinking pattern. Yeah, like I said, I never 3D'd very well, so now I've been unleashed onto the world. And so I guess you can say I'm just getting started. And I guess getting started is just taking this, who is here that's causing, the black hole, and to bring some light into the black hole, basically. Yeah, the 3D black hole that we're living in, I'm basically just shedding light on it, as every other of those that are doing the same, obviously. But we're getting the tools, I feel, of how to do that, and no longer being ignored, maybe not taken seriously, but at least getting attention, as this is where we're heading. I believe so. As for once again, physical connections, it'll start small, obviously, 5 to 10 years, I believe. Well, I don't want to go into that because I'm not sure. They're not really giving me detail. But either way, we're going into that direction. And the dark is going to get pissed off. That's fine. Now, as for Illuminati energies, there's only so much they can do here. I mean, I know they got powers of this and that, but there's some areas they just can't. They can't win all. At least the lower ones, they can't win all the time. Yeah. So when you're protected, you have angels around you. When you're here to shine your light, there's only so much they can do. So they try to destroy your name, do everything they can around you, but they can't get to you, is what I'm getting from that. So I'm not really worried about it. But I mean, apparently I connect to them quite often. I'd say the lower ones, I do connect to them because that's where I'm getting assistance, is from the positive ones. So that's just basically, it's like we've been underwater forever, and now we're coming out to breathe a little bit, basically. You can look at it like that. So like I said, channelings are all just warm-ups to next phase of ascension. And that will be physical connections here and there. And then it'll start small. And then it might be a long time, nothing. But then you'll be talking about it, and then it'll increase. And it'll increase. It depends on the person. It depends on a lot of stuff. So this is serious. This is serious connection here. And those are the 3D. I keep bringing up the 3D mindset because it's just a sponge of I know everything. So it's like, and I feel how they're going to react to all of this, and it's almost humorous. Okay, it is humorous, but it's also, I mean, it's like a panic. It's like, I mean, I got attacked by my own aunt in a dream. It's like, what is that? So that shows, I mean, what is that? So they want to keep this reality hinged on. They want to keep it going. And even if you show them, I mean, they're not, I mean, from what I feel, it'll be more like the aliens will be more humanoid in the beginning. And then eventually it'll go into the Zetas and reptilians over time. That's at least what I'm getting. Might be different. Might be a fairy being. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just going by at least what I'm connected to. At least, who knows? Could be a bunch of reptilians sitting at a bar. I don't know. Could be a big dragon. Who knows? I don't think that's going to happen. But we are going to head to everything basically. So what I'm feeling is the backlash from those. They're not ready for this, and those are in the spiritual communities to a certain degree. As this stuff is going to get real in a good way, but real enough where people are going to be like freaking out slightly, which is good. So yeah, I don't have the whole, obviously I say this over and over, I don't have the whole understanding of all where this is heading, not supposed to. but it does seem like it's getting very close. And it's just time for a shift out of this, the old ways of doing things. And yeah, the magic energies are going to increase as they need to, little by little. But yeah, I feel elephant beings around me. That's interesting. So yeah, they're taking this. Well, the animal beings here are taking this very, very seriously. The animal alien beings, because obviously they've been here for a long time, and we just think they're just a bunch of animals. Think again. They're just here waiting for us to wake up. So they want to. I mean, they want to show love for us as we put ourselves through all this. We basically put ourselves into damnation, basically. So, but these beings that are causing difficulties, I'm not sure how they're going to be seen or seen at all. I don't think they're going to be seen. I mean, technically, I'm seeing them already here and there. They're the ones I'm seeing the most because they're not liking this. They don't like being kicked off of their mantle. But like I said, the less fear you have for them, the more powerful you will become. But they are definitely. I mean, you can't outsmart them, but basically, you gotta be strong. That's basically, you want to awaken to all of this, take all that third dimensional thinking and just conspiracy stuff. Yeah, anything with like a lot of anger. Yeah, anybody with a lot of anger, like on the news or anywhere, is like the last person that will ascend in some regard. Depends. They're going to be the hardest ones to heal. Yeah, I know everything. I'm this and that, whatever. Paranoid. Yeah, those are the most paranoid. Are very difficult to heal. As for why, that has to do with inner demons. Has to do with negative connections with other beings. They're rather just humans and not know about anything because they didn't have exactly the best connection, but they're here. So they must be here for a reason. You're not here on accident. So you know where we're heading before they came here. So that's their deal. But yeah, anybody with a lot of paranoia, a lot of anger, a lot of hate, either they're going to be awakened to this stuff and not very friendly to it. I mean, they think they'll know everything and have, just, I don't think anybody knows everything. So, but some people think they do. So I'm not sure what that's all about. So that's well, if that works for you, that's good. There's a lot of that going on. I'm not sure why, but I don't relate to it. But there's a lot of that. I guess that's a warning process. That's true, but it gets kind of out of hand after a while, doesn't it? I guess so. So yeah, be humble, heal, yeah, not judge, connect to love. The less you judge, the better. And just let all this human stuff, this third dimensional thinking patterns, just let it flow. Everything will be fine. It'll work. Everything will work. Worry will go away, and love will take over. So that's just love takes over, because with paranoia, anger, it's hard to have any of that. So unconditional love for yourself, for others, some say, but don't always mean it. So that vibration will help you rise up and fly. Yeah, notice. Yeah, always I see in the media at least. That's not always. It's all analytical, right? It's all we're third dimensionally figuring this all out. That's not how it works. It's like you can say I'm like a human can opener for fourth dimension. You could say. Well, apparently, I'm starting to understand why I'm here more as I connect to this. Channeling is one thing; it does help, but that's like I said, it's warm up to where we're truly heading. So like that's part of the plan. The main one really is actual physical contact. So that's gonna. I really didn't see that one coming. I mean, I've been connecting to it, but Now I'm really feeling it. I mean, really feeling it. So watching this play out is going to be interesting. Yeah. One other thing. Yeah. There's the child trafficking stuff and the human trafficking. Because that's a tricky part of all this. These lower beings are causing all these difficulties. I bring it up again because it is kind of an important topic. It's an area that it's used like as voodoo on us on such a degree. It's even, yeah, it's connected to the chemtrails. It's connected to many television, music. It's all kind of intertwined like a puzzle. It's like a vibrational puzzle around us to keep us in 3D, and it's done in such a sophistication. It kind of shuts us down. I know it sounds weird. It's like a web around us. And so you start understanding it, you can break it down. Now it sounds kind of weird, but not really. It's all connected, basically, obviously. But as we awaken, you kind of breaking the cords of it, is where I'm getting at. And as for those in 3D, I mean, well, they don't know any better, but that's okay. Because they don't realize it's all in the mind that keeps this third dimensional going. You let go of it, you free a lot of these problems here. Obviously, the more of us do it, the better. That's how it works. It can't be just a few of us. A good portion has to awaken, because a lot of this, the music industry, entertainment industry, Wall Street will eventually find its way out. And it does feel like there will be a economic collapse somewhere. But we'll be able to handle it. Let's put it that way. No, I don't feel it's going to be soon, because in this portion, now, obviously, people are going to pick up on, think it's going to happen now, tomorrow. It's all an attack, because I don't see that happening. Financial reset. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen, because I think, our economy is going to be thrown out. I'm not sure if that's ever going to happen, but I guess we'll find out. A lot of the financial stuff's going to be like with economic collapse. It feels like those that won't let go of 3D at all. No matter what you do, hold on to it for dear life. And that's why I feel like they're going to this. People have channeled other Earth realities. Like, there's enough of us here now where you can move them to another planet, basically. And they'll have no idea. But I'm not sure how that's going to work exactly. I don't think we're going to go away. Let's put it that way. So it's like they're here, but they're somewhere else, but we're still connected to them. It's something like that. I know because I think we're still going to interact with them. And we're not just going to disappear and they'll just go back to being 3D and that'll be the end of it. They'll just stay there forever. I don't think they're going to stay there forever. It's like I think they will go into another Earth of some kind, somehow, when enough people here are ready for that. You just know it. That's what I'm getting, at least. That's like way in the future, but who knows? The way things are going, it can happen tomorrow. Okay, not that fast, but also it just feels like a lot of this, because some aren't going to let go of it. It's pretty obvious right now. You kind of, like I said, the most angriest, the ones that have a lot of just, I know everything energy, are the most unlikely to really come out of the third dimensional abyss. It's unlikely. So, especially using the third dimensional thinking for fourth dimensional spiritual vibration, they're not going to get any of this. But doesn't mean that it all comes back to the heart, really, when you think about it. How much love do you have in your heart? What kind of love is it? Is it financial love? Is it I get whatever I want love? It's different types of love. So. All right. Leave you with that. It's been a long day. messing with the mic is on all that. Jeez. Tomorrow, I hope to be a better day. For all that. So, all right, much love, everyone. Take care.